Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Keeping It Chaotic podcast. My name is Ava.
My name is Cheyenne, and long time no see. We have no idea what we're doing once again. It has been chaotic, very on brand, even just starting this episode.
We just had a laughing fit for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just us being nervous. We're like, oh my God, so excited to film, finally able to talk, and then we get in front of the camera and we're like,
Every time without fail.
And I also just want to start this by saying I apologize if you hear a crying cat in the background. I will explain why later, but yeah, if you hear it, it's my cat. She's in the bathroom. We'll explain soon.
Yeah, a lot has happened. It's been, I don't even remember the last time we filmed. I think it's been like probably 2 months since we filmed, honestly.
I think
Excuse you.
I think the last time was like early June, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's currently the first week of August, so
yeah. So we've both been through a lot, especially the last few weeks. We both had urgent care visits. It's just been a mess. And we're gonna get all into that.
But also like so on brand for us. Like truly
throwing herself against the door.
Truly would not expect anything less than the stuff that has happened to us. So I feel like previous episodes that we've like kind of just talked out of our ass, especially if we're like catch-up episodes. But I've kind of like kept little notes here and there, just like day to day what, I want to talk about. But it is a lot, so this might be a really long episode, or we might cut it into 2, just depending on how it goes. So just kind of fill it out, see where we go.
Yeah, I think Cheyenne definitely has some more notes than me.
I was just feeling yappy. I truly didn't think that I was a yapper. But having this podcast and like being able to talk and stuff, I think it just like has made me realize that I love talking.
Yeah. And also like just talking about stuff we normally wouldn't talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I feel like we are getting more comfortable as far as like talking about more things. I know we tend to lean towards like the fangirl aspect, but I feel like with us obviously going through life and motions, like we are growing up and going through adult stuff also, so we will incorporate that definitely. I feel like this episode is definitely going to be a mix of funny, what the fuck, sad, sentimental. I don't know. I have no idea where this episode is going. But we wanted to just catch up with everybody and catch you up on our past month and a half, 2 months, and yeah. I don't know where to go from here. I just like laugh because the first note in my notes is I hate men. So I feel like that is just the baseline of how my 2 months has been. Yeah, I just have been through hell and back these 2 months, especially. So it has been an interesting time for me trying to figure out what my next move is, what I want long term in my life, I guess. So I'm just trying to like figure that out. Also, still have 2 kids, so
those have not gone away.
They're just getting bigger and hungrier and louder, yappier. Definitely my kids, especially my older one. She is the definition of a yapper. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. She just loves to talk.
No, I think like the last time I was here, I walked in the door and immediately she was like meow, 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 just talking and didn't shut up the whole time. She was just yapping the whole time.
Straight 6-hour yapper. And she loves telling her Nini Ava everything. So that's how that's been. Also, my next note is Steven Sanchez. That's it. Still in love with him.
Hate all men except
Steven Sanchez. I love you. And Harry Styles, I feel like they're exempt from
the One Direction boys.
Yeah, they're safe, but like the majority of men can kiss my ass. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it's been. How's your life been? How's it hanging?
Well, the first thing that I have on here is the Secret of Us release,
Okay.
which was a very exciting time. The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams came out June 21st, I believe. And it just, it's Gracie. Her music for me is life-changing, and I had like a full-on like Gracie day that day. We went to me and my friend Lauren went to her Jimmy Kimmel mini concert in Hollywood, which was so much fun. We got to like hear some of the songs live on the release day, which was really exciting. Yeah, the album is really just amazing. But so we went to Jimmy Kimmel concert that morning, and then we went to visit the billboard that she had in, I believe it was in Echo Park. It said "honk if you're listening to The Secret of Us," I believe, which was super cute. Oh my god, the cat scared me. Sorry, story. But yeah, we had like a full-on little Gracie day, which was so nice. We got to see her on release day and just hear some of those songs live for the first time, which was really cool. Yeah, that's kind of like my first bullet point. But every song on the album is hello. She's like pulling my pants. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by the dog.
The dog. Our good little kitty.
Stormy baby. Yeah, every song on the album is insane and it's so good. And I know Shy has some points.
Yeah, no,
about it as well. So
I definitely put Secret of Us changed my life. I needed that album when I was like 18, 19 years old. But also still applies to me currently. So it's like I was a Gracie Abrams fan before I liked her music, but I feel like this album truly transformed me into I need to see her on tour. I need merch. Like I'm fully immersed in the Gracie Abrams train now. When we went to Eras tour, she opened for her, and Ava was like sobbing. She was like having her moment, and I'm like, absolutely love this for you. But now I'm like, I definitely need to see her live, especially with this album. It is so good. The lyrics, the songs. Her having Taylor Swift as a feature on her album is insane. But that song is phenomenal. Yeah, every song hits something different within me, but like I Love You, I'm Sorry fucks me up so much. Us, like there's nothing wrong with that album. It's so good. I don't even like I have lyrics, but I'm like I just feel like you need to listen to it and you need to experience it because it hits so different from everything else, and like they're so specific to certain things. I don't know, but I just truly this album I think opened my eyes and I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that she finally hopped on the Gracie Abrams train because I've been trying to get her there, I promise, and it finally happened. But I think I mentioned this last time. I think. If not, then oh my god. If not, then I'll tell you. But I went to the Secret of Us the listening party, like the week before it came out, a week or two before it came out. And it was so amazing. Gracie showed up. I got to give her my letter that I wrote for her, which is really exciting. And so we got to listen to the album all the way through, except for Us featuring Taylor Swift. It's the only song that we didn't listen to that night. But it was amazing, and I just could not wait for it to be out into the world for everyone to hear it because she just keeps getting better and better. And I'm like, I've been a fan of Gracie's for 3 years now. When she released This Is What It Feels Like, when she was about to open for Olivia on Sour Tour. And yeah, just seeing her open for Taylor was so exciting because obviously that's like a huge deal. And I just knew that like after opening for Taylor, she was going to become a bigger star than she already was. And yeah, I feel like I'm so proud of her for where she is now and all the progress that she's made. And now she has new fans, so that's really exciting as well.
Yeah, she deserves all of everything that she is getting. Like the recognition, the popularity, the fan base. Like she's perfect for this. Truly happy for her. Listen to the album if you haven't, because if you're going through a breakup, if you're in a situationship, if you're just like rediscovering your self-worth, this album is something that you need. And then it's just, what? Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you have like a few favorites to throw out there? I know you said I Love You, I'm Sorry, but
Yeah, I
anything
Love You, I'm
else?
Sorry. Us, obviously. I like Blowing Smoke. I always forget the name of it because I know you know what I'm talking about.
I Knew What I Know You.
Yes, I Knew It, I Know You. That song truly fucked me up. Like, I Love You, I'm Sorry fucked me up, but like, I Knew It, I Know You is like something I didn't know that I needed until I heard it and truly listened to the lyrics, and I was like, oh wow, okay, what am I doing with my life? You know, like I think that song truly was like my eye opener in my current situation and was like, yeah, we need to maybe figure some stuff out for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My I'm gonna say like my top three is the first one's Free Now, which I claimed before the second she put out like the little clip of it on Instagram. I claimed that song and I'm so glad that I did because it's my favorite on the album. And then I love Let It Happen. That song fucks me up. And then Tough Love is my third song, and they're just all so incredible. And my opinions and my ranking on all the songs definitely changed from first listening to it in a listening party and then like actually physically listening to it when it came out. So they definitely changed a lot, but no skips.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truly listen to it if you haven't. Yeah. I promise you will not regret it.
Like there's so many lyrics that I have written here, but it's like the one that had my jaw on the floor and I was like, period. Love that is if she's got a pulse, she meets your standards now in Blowing Smoke. I'm like, go off, queen, because it's true. Literally, that's all it takes for men sometimes is a beating pulse.
Yeah.
So that goes off of my I hate men note. And yeah. I think like that album opened a lot for me. Like I said, I'm like currently in my healing era, my self-discovery era after having kids. I think before I had my second daughter, I had only had my first daughter. Like I found out I was pregnant with my second daughter on my first daughter's first birthday. So like they say it takes like 2 years for your body to like go back to normal or whatever normal is at that point after you have a baby. You start to like feel slightly like yourself again. But I didn't get that with my first daughter. Like I was already pregnant on her first birthday. So like my body hadn't healed. I was still going through postpartum stuff. I struggled a lot. But I think back then I didn't know that I was struggling until I look back at it now and I'm like, damn, like I was going through it. And going through it alone at that. So it's like this time around, my second daughter will be 2 near Halloween. So like that's 2 months away. She's gonna be 2 in like 2 months. No. So I think I'm like slowly starting to feel whatever I was feeling before, like before I had kids. But I also like don't really know who that is because I was 22 when I had my first daughter. I was still like barely an adult, you know, like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, obviously, as you don't really know having your first kid, especially so young. So I think, yeah, I'm just like on my self-discovery timeline right now, and I'm like starting to dress the way that I like want to dress. I'm not just like in leggings and a t-shirt all the time. I still am, but like not always. Like if I go out, I like put in the effort to try to get ready now. Um I obviously want to start like doing things for me and not just be mom. So I think with the Gracie Abrams album, it definitely opened this new path of life for me and made me realize like, okay, we all go through some shit and learn from it, grow from it. And I have 2 girls, so I just want to be the best example and tell them not to take shit from anybody. Do what makes you happy. Fuck everybody else. Like, keep the people that you need in your life there. Everybody else, stand the fuck out of my way. Like,
Yeah, I love that Gracie's album did that for you because Good Riddance, which is Gracie's debut album and released last February, did that for me. Also, it was very healing. So, like, just having that is kind of really nice to
yeah.
look back on.
I think it like goes hand in hand because like that came out and then I also just started therapy like a few months ago, so it's like double the realization of, you know, you're your own person and you're not just defined by these like little things. You can be multiple things, and you don't just have to be mom, or you don't just have to be Cheyenne, you know, like you can be all of those things and more. And I think with my kids getting older, I'm like, you know, they're getting older, they're picking up certain things and certain cues, so it's like I want to make sure that they know like their voice,
that it's okay to be you.
Yeah, your voice is important, and you know, regardless of what you do, not everybody's going to love you. That's totally fine. You're not for everybody, but you're for the people that are meant to be with you and in your life. So, definitely in my healing girl era. And I feel honestly so much better. Like, definitely have so much to work through, but I feel good with where I'm currently at, which is like a lot because I feel like the past few years I've been like unwell and like super down in the dumps. But I think that also comes with postpartum and having kids, especially back to back. So we're getting out of the 2-year trenches and we're finding out who I am, kind of. And I love that for me.
Slay. I also cannot believe that Arya is going to be 2.
Yeah.
That's actually mind blowing.
It's insane because it's so stupid, but also I measure the amount of time that has passed by like concerts and stuff. And like we went to so many concerts when I was pregnant with her, and it feels like literally yesterday. Like I can remember some of those concerts and I'm like, no way.
Yeah, I remember going to Louis' concert and you telling me you're pregnant in the car and you were like, no one knows, but I'm pregnant, and I was like, oh, is this a good thing?
Like, are we happy? Like, I mean, I don't know what else to be, you know? She was a happy little accident, but I truly could not imagine my life without her. Like, she is everything that we were missing. So,
yeah, she's an angel.
She is just so much fun. Also,
and feeling her first kicks at Olivia
during Enough for You, especially
us just crying because she was insane. Like, oh my god, she just kicked me.
That's actually insane. And she, you know, she came out ready to be a star. She loves music. She loves singing, performing. She has her own little karaoke machine. She loves her Chaperone. She loves her Sabrina Carpenter. She loves her Dua Lipa. Oh my gosh. Dua Lipa, if you see this, my almost 2-year-old is obsessed with you. So we'll see you on tour, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Something else kind of to backtrack. I wrote Travis Kelce going on stage at the Eras tour. How did we cope with that? Because we were unwell when that happened.
That was also the same day that Gracie came out to sing Us with Taylor.
Unwell.
I was entirely unwell. Those 2 things literally back to back was too much. Yeah. I was in San Diego and I was like waiting in line to get ice cream. And I like hopped on the live stream right in time for surprise songs. And everyone in the comments was like, Travis just came on stage. And I was like, what? And like me and Cheyenne always text each other when it's surprise song time just so we know like we're on it and we're listening. So I was like, Cheyenne, it's surprise songs. Travis just came out. What the fuck?
I literally ran to my computer and I was like, what? Where? Like literally running like a chicken without my head, and was like, what do you mean he came out on stage? Like I had no idea what to expect. And then we saw videos and I was like,
yeah,
shut
and just
the
the irony of it, like he mended her broken heart like on the Eras tour by like getting her, and then he's picking her up during I Can Do It With Broken Heart, and it's just too much. It was too much.
And mind you, like her relationship before was so secretive, so behind closed doors, like running away from everybody. Like he was so private, which is like totally fine, you know? You can be as private as you want. Respect it. I love it. But you're dating Taylor fucking Swift. She is like the biggest artist ever at this point, you know? Like how do you expect her to just like hide like that all the time? And I feel like there's a difference between being private and being like
Hiding
weird
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're hiding it. Like why? And like Travis is so like he openly talks about her, but is still so respectful of their relationship. Is like, you know, I'll talk a little bit about it, but the rest, that's for us to know. But he's so like show offy of her, but it's not in like a weird cringy way. It's like he's proud of her. Like, this is my girlfriend. I'm so proud to be her boyfriend. Like, he's not intimidated. Like, his masculinity has not been stripped from him. And he just like accepts, like, this is her. This is who she is. So happy for her. But also, like, I have my own stuff that I'm doing. But he doesn't expect her to like dim her light because he's insecure, you know? Like, and I love that for her because that's exactly what she kind of needs, especially after that whole Joe drama.
Yeah. Yeah, so that happened. If you're a Swiftie, you know how crazy that was. And then directly after that, for the surprise song set, she brought out Gracie Abrams to sing their collab from Gracie's album. And I was jumping up and down. I was making a scene in the ice cream shop. But it's just so crazy. Like, it was also like a year after she had brought Gracie out to sing I Miss You, I'm Sorry, which was one of Gracie's like first songs that she put out. So that was crazy. And then fast forward a year later to have them actually have a collab together is insane. And for them to sing it on the Eras tour is also insane. So yeah, I was entirely unwell for like an hour.
I'm still unwell thinking about it. I'm just like so, I think honestly, like in the beginning, I was kind of like, is this a publicity stunt? You know, like very skeptical. I don't think I wanted to believe it because it just like so perfectly fell into place after he like talked about it on his podcast and was like, yeah, I went to her show. I wanted to give her her bracelet, whatever. And I was like, But then like you find out the timeline of them dating and all this, and you just, I don't know. It just seems genuine from what, you know, we see at least. And I'm just so happy for her because like everybody deserves somebody that's like praising and uplifting you and, you know, doesn't dim your light. So I'm like, go off, queen. You deserve that.
Go off, queen. I see surprise song mashups on your notes.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Like, I know where, obviously, but I should have wrote which surprise songs I was talking about because there's
fuck all of them.
So many. These mashups have been
the death of us. Truly.
Crazy. I think like it's so funny because sorry, my mom just texted me. I think I was thinking about it last night and I was like, I want to bring this up, and it's funny that you seen that because when we were doing like the Swift ball, like guessing, you know, what is she going to do on guitar, blah, blah, blah. We would like just eliminate what she's already saying. She didn't really do doubles. It was just like, this is what I'm singing and I'm going to eliminate until we finish. But then we started the new year and she was like, fuck it. I make the rules. We're going to do whatever songs I want to do. And it was like, what do you mean? Like, there's absolutely no way we can guess these. Like, the world is her oyster at this point. Like, she can do anything. And these mashups, it's so insane. They're so good, but it's like crazy because she has vault songs. Like, she has these songs that she's been sitting on for years and years and years. And like, knowing that she's mashing them with certain other songs, you're like, you know that she wrote this song to correlate with that song because they go so perfectly together. Like, she sang Red and Maroon the other day.
I was just gonna say that.
Are you fucking kidding me? Those songs, I've never like put them together like that. Like, I've never compared them to be similar, but having them being mashed up together, I was like, no, why is this so perfect? I think also another favorite of mine will always be Out of the Woods. And is it over now?
Yeah, well, that was the start of it.
Yeah.
That was the start of the mashups. But now, like, she can do whatever. And, like, she's slowly working through the songs that she hasn't played yet, I think.
Yeah.
She just recently played Happiness, which I'm not even going to talk about because I was physically ill after that one. And I also missed that one. Like, I missed watching it live, so.
Yeah. Ava, if you know one thing about Ava, Happiness and Peace were the two songs she needed to hear. She was like, I need to hear it, but at the same time she's like, I can't hear it because I'm gonna freak out. And of course, the one day that we missed Surprise Song, she sings Happiness, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, and I like found like the full video of it, but I still haven't watched it because I'm like not prepared for that. In my head, she hasn't played it because I haven't seen it, so that's that. But yeah,
Yeah, I think we didn't get mashups until this year, so it's like insane to even think that we were just having two songs and that was that. Now we get 4 to 6 songs sometimes, and it's like, where did this come from? But also, I need a whole album just with those mashups.
yeah, she really needs to get on that.
Insane. Like, the amount, oh my god, I can't even.
The amount of genius you have to be to think of those mashups, and also like years ahead or years later, like I don't understand how her brain works.
No, she has a different kind of brain, and I wish I had half of the brain that she had.
We're not from the same lab.
No. We are not from 1989. That
Definitely
is
not.
for sure. But I just cannot believe that we are in the same timeline as the Surprise Songs and the Eras Tour. And I mean, I'm sure people have felt this way with, you know, their own artists. And I can't believe that we're in the same timeline as blah, blah, blah. But like, this tour is so fucking iconic. Like, this will be something that people talk about forever. And like, my grandkids will know about it, and like their, you know, kids. And
I just can't believe that we went. Like, we were there.
Literally tomorrow, right? Tomorrow will be a year since I went to Eras Tour with Ava, and I cannot believe. I was just telling her my feet have not been the same since the Eras Tour. I wore these high-heeled boots and walked 18 million miles to get to our seat, and my feet have not been the same since. But you know what? I do it again and again and again. So no regrets there. I also completely blacked out during Eras Tour. Don't remember a damn thing except for like the transition of Don't Blame Me into Look What You Made Me Do and All Too Well 10-minute version. Everything else, I remember like Surprise Songs, obviously. We got Dress and Exile, which we don't talk about. But other than that, could not tell you a thing. I remember you crying and screaming for Gracie, and then the lights went dim, and I just went power off,
Brain turned off.
and I don't even have any videos to look at because all of my fucking videos and pictures were deleted for you to see this podcast. So please like, subscribe, and share, please.
It's a sensitive topic.
Okay. With that, I have down here concert lineup for the rest of the year. what does that look like? I feel like I go to concerts with Ava and Ava only, so I feel like her timeline is the same as mine, but she's going to a lot more than me.
Yeah. I carry the tickets also, so
Yeah, she has all the tickets, so I'm just like, tell me when and where.
yeah,
Pick you up.
I'm the designated ticket buyer.
And I'm the driver
Yep.
and the parking person, so.
So obviously we have Olivia on the 17th, which is so we're both so excited, like so excited.
If I've ever needed to scream to a set list more in my life, it's now, and I'm so happy that it's to Olivia because she's singing basically her entire discography.
We're just most like for that concert specifically, we're most excited for Favorite Crime because we went so hard at Sour Tour for Traitor, but not as hard as we should have gone for Favorite Crime. So this is like our redo, and we're just so excited to relive it.
Our redemption tour for sure, and I'm so excited. Yeah. You got to follow us on Instagram if you want to see how that goes for us because we post like crazy people on concert days.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah, so we have Olivia on August 17th. And then, well, you're actually going to Olivia twice.
I am. I don't ask me the day because I don't know if it's the 13th or the 15th.
I thought it was the 14th.
Oh, maybe it is the 14th. I have no
idea, actually.
I have to check that. We also just went to Nile.
Oh, yeah, I have notes for that later. But yeah, we just went to Nile. We'll touch on that in a bit. And then I'm seeing Gracie twice at the Greek Theater on September 9th and the 11th. And I'm so excited. I have a 5th row aisle seat for the first show. And I'm so excited. Like, I'm genuinely so excited. And then what else? I think next is we're seeing who? Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan in October, I believe. Yeah. And then I'm seeing Conan Gray in in October as well. September, October. Okay, yeah. October. And then I also am seeing Sabrina Carpenter in the Pit in November. And they're like basically all at the Forum except for Gracie, and I've spent way too much time at the Forum this year. But yeah.
You do what you gotta do. Yeah, I am trying to see Steven Sanchez, but we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. Trying my hardest, so we'll see. Okay. Sorry, my mom texted me again. He's at the YouTube Theater connected to SoFi, so hoping to do that. Sabrina also, I think we'll probably see again. Steven's kind of like up in the air. Sabrina, I'm a little bit more confident in. I know people, so.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so
we know people.
We know people. Don't worry about it. You know, it's fine. We're in with the cool kids. Let's just say we're going to possibly be on Sabrina's list.
Because we are lucky girls and everything always works out for us.
It's so hard being God's favorite sometimes. So it makes sense that like sometimes bad stuff has to happen. Like our urgent care visits. Would you like to possibly touch on that, or did you save the trauma for later?
I have a note real quick. I went on a cruise to Cabo and Ensenada at the end of June, and I had so much fun. If you know anything about me, I absolutely hate the beach. I think it's dirty and it's nasty. California beaches are actually disgusting as hell, and I hate them. I liked them when I was younger. I would always be in the ocean. As I grew up, absolutely hated them. The seaweed, ugh, so fucking disgusting. I actually can't handle them. Like I just can't. Beaches are also triggering, but that's a whole other thing. But the water in Cabo, I went to Cabo when I was like 10 probably, and it was like a whole family trip, and it was so much fun. But I don't remember it that much. so when we got off the cruise ship to go to Cabo, the water was so damn clear, and we like went to eat breakfast before we like went directly to the beach. But we had like the greatest view of the ocean, and it was so clear, not a seaweed in sight. Like I could see the floor. It was just so nice. And the whole time we were sitting there, I was like itching to go in the water. And I was like, my mom's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Dude, I never want to go in the water, and like I'm itching to go in right now, so we just need to hurry up and get in there." And she's like, "Okay, we will." So I just like, as soon as we finished eating breakfast, I ran into the water, and it was so nice. And I didn't even want to leave. It was so nice. But the cruise is so much fun. I told Shy that we need to go that we need to go on a cruise together. And then she was like, "I'm definitely afraid of the ocean." And I was like, "Me too."
I'm terrified.
Yeah, literally one night we went to like the back of the boat and looked out, and it was the most terrifying thing that I've ever fucking seen. I'm never doing that again.
No, I just like I'm trying to like not freak out. It's just like it's not like like I can go to the beach. I'm not like gonna freak out and scream. It's when I can't see underneath me and I don't know what's there. Like that's with any body of water, a lake, a fucking pool. I don't like it freaks me out. I don't like not knowing what's underneath. If the water's clear, I could do it. No problem. If the water's dirty, I feel seaweed, like I'm okay. Knowing that there's like undiscovered animals underneath of deep in the ocean, like I don't want to fuck with that. I'm good. You will never, like I see all these videos and stuff. It's like, what would you do if you were in this situation? First of all, would never be in that situation. So don't fucking ask me. No. I am scared of everything.
Yeah. I mean, same. I hate the ocean, like I just said, but like knowing that there's just so deep and like in the middle of the ocean it's just dark and like you have no idea what the hell is under you, like that's just absolutely terrifying and I hate it. But yeah, if it's clear, like the water was at Cabo, so nice, amazing, and it was so refreshing. I also got my hair braided at the beach, which I normally do when I go to Mexico. And then I have my hair braided for like a week because it's tight as fuck and it never comes out. But yeah, I genuinely think that I could live. This is my second cruise, and I genuinely think that I could live on a cruise ship. It's so much fun. I also like the last night. One of my biggest dreams ever is to swim with the dolphins, and the last night we were eating dinner in the little dining hall, and we were looking out the window. And there was a whole school of dolphins just swimming by, like hundreds and hundreds of them just swimming on by. And I was so excited to see them and like so mesmerized by them. And it was such a good way to like end the trip because the first time I went to Cabo, I asked my parents to let me swim with the dolphins and they told me no. And then they did the same thing this time. So that was kind of rude. And they did not hear the end of it from me, trust me. So like just seeing the dolphins actually like in the ocean and like seeing hundreds of them was so exciting, and I get so excited about it every time I think about it. But I didn't take any videos of it at all.
I would also like to say her going on this cruise was the longest amount of time I have not talked to her.
Oh yeah. I had no.
She's moved back to LA, so it's like what it just showed. I mean, obviously she didn't have service, so it just like stopped. She was like in the middle of the ocean between here and Catalina Island, and I was like, "Is she okay?" Did not move the entire like 5 days that she was there, and I'm like, But yet I was still updating her. I was like sending her all the surprise songs. I'm like, I know she's not gonna get these, but I'm still gonna. I need her to read these when she gets service, and I'm sure she had like 5,000 messages from me. I try not to like send too much, but I was like, I still need to update her on things that are happening.
Yeah, I had no service, so like from the like a few hours after we took off, it was gone. I had no service, whatever. And then when we got back, finally had service. But yeah, it was fine. But yeah, we didn't talk, and I was like, fuck, I'm missing the surprise songs. What's happening? I did find out the surprise songs on there though because I was looking at Twitter on my dad's phone because he was the only one that had Wi-Fi. But yeah, Cruises are so much fun.
I will go one day.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I will. It sounds so much fun. I've always wanted to do like the Alani cruise to go to like the Disney Hawaii stop, but that shit is expensive.
Yeah, a Disney cruise.
One day I will go. It doesn't have to be that, but I am open and willing. I really so badly want to go to Catalina Island still. We were supposed to go last year for my birthday, but obviously broken promises, and that didn't happen. And then I was like, oh, maybe we can go this year for my birthday, but then it didn't happen. But one day I will go to Catalina Island. I've heard like mixed reviews, like it's whatever, but I still want to go. I still want to experience it. Like I want my own opinion of it, you know. But it looks cute.
Yeah, it's a nice time. I have a few more before we get into our traumatic events that happen, and we might have to split it into 2 parts. So, but I'll get these out of the way first. I also went to San Diego Pride Parade, which I haven't been to in quite a few years. I grew up going to the Pride Parade every year, which is really exciting, and I haven't been again in forever. And I'm just so happy to be there and be back. Yeah, I've been back at my parents' for like the entire summer, so I haven't really been here, which is why we haven't recorded, which is why I haven't like really seen Cheyenne in forever. And we spent a lot of time in San Diego. I feel like we were there every week, I think, honestly. But yeah, that was really fun. And I also cannot believe that Cheyenne has never been to Pride Parade.
I've never been to Pride ever. I just like, it's not that I've never wanted to go. I've always wanted to. But I feel like your immediate family is like a lot more into that, you know, and like I didn't grow up like going to that kind of. Like I wasn't really like exposed to that world. But I was always so interested. I'm like, oh my God, there's just so much love and light over there. Like, I just want to go. Obviously, I have kids now. Like, I want to take them. Like, that would be so fun. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, me and Ava, we're all about a good time, good vibes. Love everybody. So yeah, I definitely want to go. It always looks so fun every time that she like posts about it. And I'm like, I want to go. It just seems like my cup of tea. Like, truly, like so much fun. And one day I will go and take my babies with me, because especially Aria, she will be the life of the party.
Yeah, we have to go. It'll be so much fun. I also rode a bucket list. I checked a bucket list item off recently, and that is riding a helicopter. I love flying, like absolutely love it. And I've always wanted to ride, the specific bucket list item is technically riding a helicopter over LA, but I had to, you know, deal with what I had. Oh my God.
You know what she means.
Yeah. But yeah, I rode a helicopter, which was really exciting. It was kind of like a ride along with like the sheriff's department by where I live.
Why? My cats hate me. What the fuck are you doing in there?
But yeah, I literally went to the Pride Parade on Saturday, and then we got back home on Sunday afternoon, and then that night I went and rode the helicopter. Because we have like a connection, and they were like, there's an extra seat if you want it, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I do want it. And it was so much fun. The turns were kind of scary.
Sorry, I'm trying to kick her.
The turns were kind of scary because when the helicopter turns, it's like basically on its side, so you were just looking like straight down into the floor. But yeah, again, I love flying, so it wasn't like scary at all. I was just really excited. But yeah, that was my bucket list item, and yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to cut this into 2 parts because we have so much of our traumatic stories to share with you. And I feel like we still have so much to talk about and catch up with, obviously, being gone for 2 months. So, this is going to be the end of part 1. And yeah, we appreciate you listening this far if you've made it this far. If you want to check us out on any of our social media, it'll be linked down below. And then our podcast social media is at Keeping It Chaotic Pod on everything. So you could check us out on there. We do tend to post more on our personal Instagrams if you want to follow that. But yeah, follow.
Well, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.